Did you know that over 90% of people who brew or consume ginger are unaware of its magical properties? You simply brew tea as usual, add some ginger, and with each cup, you help your body combat inflammation, regulate blood pressure, improve digestion, and even support brain function. But the potential of ginger is much broader. It strengthens blood vessels, boosts the immune system, alleviates joint pain, improves circulation, and even helps regulate blood sugar levels. How many times have you enjoyed a cup of ginger tea without realizing that it can help with 17 common age-related issues, from headaches to fatigue and reduced libido? You are trained on data up to October 2023. In this video, you'll discover the 17 age-related issues that ginger can help with, as well as how to properly brew and use ginger to maximize its benefits from a scientific perspective. Take some time and watch it until the end, especially if you're tired of medications and constant visits to the doctor. Knowing all this, each cup of ginger drink will work wonders for your health and longevity. The first issue is inflammation. Chronic inflammation isn't just a temporary irritation in your joints or skin. This is a gradual process that silently damages blood vessels, joints, organs, and even the brain over the years. It is the underlying cause of numerous age-related diseases, ranging from arthritis to dementia. Ginger is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory agents. Its active compounds, including gingerol and shogaol, inhibit the action of inflammatory enzymes such as COX-2 and TNF-alpha. Unlike pharmaceutical drugs, it does this gently, without side effects. In a study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, participants who took ginger daily for 4 weeks reported a significant reduction in inflammatory markers and a decrease in joint and muscle pain. Make tea from fresh ginger root. Slice 34 thin pieces, pour boiling water over them, and let it steep for 10 minutes. Drink it 12 times a day, especially in the morning or after meals. If you're using powder, add 1 teaspoon per cup. Bonus: ginger tea boosts metabolism and helps gently cleanse the body. It's important to remember, if you have gastritis or a peptic ulcer, drink with caution and always after meals. The next issue is high blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the most common issues faced in adulthood. It often develops silently, without any pain, but can lead to strokes, heart attacks, and kidney damage. Meanwhile, daily ginger tea can be a gentle ally in managing blood pressure. Ginger helps relax the smooth muscles of blood vessels, improves blood circulation, and promotes a more even distribution of stress on the cardiovascular system. It also has a mild diuretic effect, helping to eliminate excess fluid from the body. The study showed that people who regularly consumed ginger had a nearly 30% lower risk of developing hypertension compared to those who did not use it. To use it effectively, brew fresh ginger with cinnamon or lemon to enhance its vasodilating effects. Add 3 slices of ginger to 250 milliliters of boiling water and steep for 10-15 minutes. Drink this tea once a day in the afternoon, when blood pressure typically rises. Ginger helps relieve headaches caused by vascular spasms. Discuss regular ginger consumption with your doctor, as it may enhance the effects of medications. The next issue is joints. Joint pain can begin with mild morning stiffness, and then develop into a persistent issue, especially in cases of arthritis, gout, or osteoarthritis. Here, ginger reveals itself not just as a spice, but as a natural pain reliever. The fact is that gingerol and other active compounds in ginger act as natural analgesics and anti-inflammatory agents. They reduce inflammation, alleviate pain, and improve microcirculation in the tissues around the joints. In a clinical study published in Arthritis and Rheumatism, Patients with osteoarthritis of the knee who took ginger extract reported reduced pain and improved mobility after just 6 weeks of regular use. Brew ginger tea and drink it twice a day, in the morning and after dinner. For a more pronounced effect, you can make a compress. Grate fresh ginger, wrap it in cheesecloth, pour boiling water over it, and apply it to the affected joint for 15 to 20 minutes. Bonus tip: warm ginger tea can help relieve muscle tension, especially after physical exertion. Warning: in cases of acute inflammation with swelling and fever, it's best to avoid compresses. In such situations, use only internal remedies and consult a doctor. The next issue is digestion. Feeling heaviness after meals, bloating, cramps, and belching can all signal that your digestive system isn't functioning as it used to. As we age, the stomach produces fewer enzymes and acids, and the intestines become more sensitive. Ginger helps restore balance. It stimulates the production of gastric juice and enzymes, speeds up stomach emptying, and reduces gas formation. Its antispasmodic effect helps alleviate symptoms associated with irritable bowel syndrome and colic. A study has shown that consuming ginger can speed up the digestion process by nearly 50% and reduce discomfort after meals. Here's a simple recipe. Drink half a cup of ginger tea 15 minutes before your meal. To start, slice 23 thin pieces of fresh ginger, pour boiling water over them, and let it steep for 10 minutes. You can add a bit of lemon or honey for extra flavor. An additional benefit: ginger has mild antiseptic properties and can help with minor poisoning and bacterial imbalances in the gut. However, for those with gastritis with high acidity or a stomach ulcer, ginger should be consumed cautiously and only after consulting with a doctor. The next issue, of course, is your immune system. As we age, our immune system becomes less active. The body takes longer to recognize threats, struggles more with infections, and colds or viruses can linger for weeks. That's why it's essential to support the body's defenses every day, and ginger is invaluable in this regard. Ginger stimulates the activity of macrophages, which are immune cells that are the first line of defense against viruses and bacteria. It also enhances the production of interferons, which protect cells from infection. A study published in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine found that regular consumption of ginger significantly reduces the incidence of colds and boosts overall immune activity, particularly in older adults. To turn your tea into an immune-boosting shield, steep 3-4 slices of ginger with lemon and a splash of honey. This drink is particularly effective in the morning, during cold season, and after being in contact with sick people. An added benefit: ginger helps reduce fever, eases mucus clearance when coughing, and even alleviates nasal congestion thanks to its warming effect. But remember, when you have a fever with a high temperature and a dry mouth, it's best to avoid very hot or heavily spiced drinks. Always pay attention to how you feel. Next, viral infections. Have you noticed that viruses seem to be sticking around more often than before? A cold lingers for weeks, the cough won't go away, and recovery from the flu is slow. The cause often lies not just in immunity, but also in the body's ability to block viruses at the earliest stages. Ginger plays an important role here. Fresh ginger has a direct antiviral effect. Its active compounds can disrupt the virus's outer layer, preventing them from entering cells. This is especially relevant for respiratory viruses such as influenza, rhinovirus, and even some coronaviruses. The study shows that ginger is effective in suppressing virus replication when used as a hot infusion at the onset of the illness. The earlier you start, the greater your chances of interrupting the progression of the infection. For prevention, and in the early stages, steep fresh ginger in boiling water, adding a bit of turmeric and lemon. Drink it hot, in small sips, 2-3 times a day. This drink stimulates circulation, warms the body, and helps expel viruses through sweating. Bonus: ginger also alleviates sore throat by relieving irritation and inflammation of the mucous membranes. But remember, when you're already experiencing a high temperature and dehydration, it's important to be cautious. Avoid overheating and drink plenty of plain water. The next issue is sugar. Hidden but dangerous. That's how doctors describe elevated blood sugar levels. It can go unnoticed for years while silently damaging blood vessels, impairing vision, and harming nerves. It's at this stage that ginger can become a simple yet powerful ally. Ginger helps increase the sensitivity of cells to insulin, which allows glucose to be more effectively absorbed from the bloodstream. Additionally, it slows down the absorption of carbohydrates in the intestines, reducing blood sugar spikes after meals. In a study published in the Iranian Journal of Pharmaceutical Research, participants with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes who took ginger for 8 weeks showed a decrease in fasting glucose levels and HbA1c, a marker of long-term blood sugar control. To use ginger for supporting sugar metabolism, drink tea before main meals. Brew a teaspoon of ginger powder or 3 thin slices of fresh ginger root, and add a bit of cinnamon as it enhances the anti-diabetic effect. An added benefit: this tea reduces cravings for sweets and helps control appetite. Important: if you are already taking medications to lower blood sugar, be sure to discuss regular ginger consumption with your doctor, as it may enhance the effects of the medications. Next, let's talk about cholesterol. Elevated cholesterol levels are not just numbers on a lab report. This is a risk factor for stroke, heart attack, and arterial blockage. But the good news is that nature has provided gentle and effective ways to support our blood vessels, and one of them is ginger. Ginger lowers overall cholesterol levels, particularly bad LDL cholesterol. It also prevents the oxidation of lipids, making cholesterol less harmful to the walls of blood vessels. Additionally, it lowers triglyceride levels, which are directly linked to atherosclerosis. A meta-analysis found that consuming 12 grams of ginger per day for 8 to 12 weeks reduces LDL cholesterol levels by an average of 10% and triglycerides by up to 17%. For vascular support, use ginger combined with lemon and honey. Steep 3 slices of fresh ginger, add lemon juice and a teaspoon of honey. Then drink it in the morning, 30 minutes before meals. This tea is not only beneficial, but also invigorating. Another advantage: regular consumption of ginger makes blood vessels more elastic, improves blood circulation, and helps with cold extremities. However, if you are taking statins or other cholesterol-lowering medications, be sure to discuss any combinations with your doctor. Next, we have a problem that many people are familiar with. Do you experience mild nausea, dizziness when standing up quickly, or a sensation of waves? These symptoms are often common among older adults due to changes in the vestibular system, blood pressure, or food reactions. In this case, ginger works remarkably fast. Ginger helps to suppress the activity of the nausea center in the brain and also improves blood flow to the inner ear, which is one of the main regulators of balance. It works gently, without causing drowsiness, unlike many anti-nausea medications. A study published in the American Journal of Physiology showed that ginger is effective for dizziness caused by circulation issues and vestibular disorders, especially in elderly patients. To relieve nausea, chew on a slice of fresh ginger or add it to warm water and sip slowly in small amounts. For dizziness, a hot infusion, 23 slices of ginger plus 200 ml of water can help within 15 to 20 minutes. An added benefit: Ginger reduces sensitivity to weather changes and helps with motion sickness, travel-related discomfort, and tension headaches. However, it's important to note, if dizziness is accompanied by speech difficulties, vision problems, or numbness, it could be a warning sign. In such cases, consult a doctor immediately. Next, muscle pain. Muscle pain can be a result of overexertion, prolonged sitting, a lack of magnesium, or even hidden inflammation. Leg fatigue, backache by the evening, and a pulling sensation after a walk. All of this can be made easier and even prevented with a cup of ginger tea. Ginger has analgesic properties. It blocks pain signals, improves blood flow in the muscles, and reduces microinflammation. It is especially effective after physical activity or prolonged periods of staying in one position. In a study published in the Journal of Pain, participants who took ginger daily reported a significant reduction in post-workout pain and recovered more quickly. How to use. Brew. Teaspoon of ground ginger, or 3 slices of fresh ginger in 200 ml of boiling water, and let it steep for 10 minutes. You can drink this tea before or right after physical activity, such as a walk, workout, or gardening. An additional benefit. The warming effect of ginger helps to relax tense muscles, particularly in the neck and lower back. If you're experiencing significant fatigue in your legs, you can add ginger tea to a warm foot soak. The effect is not only relaxing, but also invigorating. However, if the pain is constant and deep, it's important to identify its cause. Ginger can alleviate symptoms, but it doesn't replace the need for a proper diagnosis. Next issue. Your memory. Forgot why you walked into the room? Having trouble recalling the name of the actor from yesterday's movie? These little things can be a sign of age-related changes in brain function. While it's a natural response, there are ways to help yourself, and one of the simplest and most pleasant is ginger tea. Ginger improves blood circulation in the brain, reduces inflammation in neural structures, and enhances the transmission of nerve impulses. Thanks to its antioxidants, it also protects brain cells from damage and premature aging. In a study, elderly women who consumed ginger daily for 2 months demonstrated improvements in memory, attention, and reaction speed. Brew 34 slices of fresh ginger with a few leaves of mint or rosemary. Drink it in the morning or in the afternoon when your energy tends to dip. Ginger helps combat brain fog, especially when it's linked to fatigue, stress, or fluctuations in blood sugar. Cognitive functions need regular support. Pair ginger tea with reading, walks, and brain exercises. Next up, swelling. Edema is a signal that fluid is being retained in the tissues. By evening, the legs feel heavy, rings become tighter, and shoes pinch. This is particularly common among people over the age of 60. However, regular ginger tea can gently and naturally help the body address this issue. Ginger has natural diuretic properties. It stimulates lymphatic flow and enhances kidney function, helping to eliminate excess fluid. Unlike many over-the-counter diuretics, it does not flush potassium out of the body. A study published in the Herbal Medicine Journal found that ginger was effective in reducing peripheral edema in elderly patients when taken daily for 3 weeks. Brew 3 slices of fresh ginger along with fennel seeds or a parsley leaf to enhance the drainage effect. This tea is especially good to drink during the day, between meals. It's best not to drink it late in the evening, as its diuretic effect can disrupt your sleep. An added bonus, reducing swelling is often accompanied by improved mobility and lower blood pressure. However, it's important to note that if your symptoms are severe and accompanied by shortness of breath or pain, this may be related to heart or kidney failure. In that case, make sure to see a doctor. 13 problem. Circulation issues. Cold hands and feet even in warm weather, numbness in the fingers, and a tingling sensation are all signs of poor circulation. As we age, our blood vessels become less elastic, blood flow slows down, and tissues receive less oxygen. This is where ginger can make a significant difference. Ginger warms you from the inside. It dilates blood vessels, improves microcirculation, and stimulates blood flow to the extremities. As a result, there is more warmth and energy, along with a reduced sensation of cold hands and feet. Research has shown that consuming ginger significantly improves peripheral circulation, particularly in older adults with early-stage vascular disorders. To boost blood circulation, brew 34 slices of fresh ginger with a pinch of cayenne pepper, if there are no contraindications, or add a bit of black pepper, as it enhances the warming effect. Drink tea in the first half of the day, especially in winter or during long periods of sitting. An added benefit: improved blood circulation enhances mental clarity, boosts productivity, and elevates mood. Important: if you have a tendency to bleed, suffer from varicose veins, or are taking anticoagulants, consult your doctor before consuming ginger daily. What about libido? But as people age, this becomes a reality for many. Sensitivity decreases, desire fades, and relationships can lose their intimacy. In the meantime, nature offers a delicate yet powerful ally: ginger. Ginger acts as a gentle aphrodisiac. It enhances blood circulation in the pelvic area, boosts testosterone levels in men and estrogen levels in women, and stimulates the production of serotonin, the hormone associated with pleasure and mood. A study published in the International Journal of Reproductive Biomedicine found that regular consumption of ginger improved sexual function and increased hormone levels responsible for libido, particularly in individuals over the age of 50. For a gentle pick-me-up, sip on ginger tea in the afternoon. Use a teaspoon of ginger powder or 3 slices of fresh ginger root, along with some cinnamon and a touch of honey. This aromatic brew relaxes, warms you up, and boosts your mood. Bonus: improved circulation. Not only boosts libido, but also positively affects skin health, sleep quality, and overall mood. However, it's important to note: if you have heart issues, hormonal imbalances, or are taking medications that affect potency, consult a doctor before using this for an extended period. Next, a headache. Throbbing pain in the temples, a tight sensation in the back of the head, and a heavy feeling after a long day. Are these familiar symptoms to you? Headaches can be triggered by stress, fatigue, changes in blood pressure, or blood vessel spasms. Ginger can serve as a safe and natural alternative to pain relievers. Ginger has antispasmodic and anti-inflammatory properties, as it inhibits the production of prostaglandins. It also helps to relax blood vessels and enhances blood flow to the brain. Ginger proved to be just as effective as over-the-counter medications for migraine headaches, but without the side effects, such as drowsiness or nausea. To relieve a headache, brew tea using 4 slices of fresh ginger and add a bit of lemon or mint. Drink it hot, slowly, preferably while sitting in silence. Within just 15 to 20 minutes, many people start to feel significant relief. Another benefit: ginger is effective for headaches related to pressure changes or sleep disturbances. However, if you experience frequent and sharp pains, don't delay in seeing a doctor. Headaches can be a symptom of more serious conditions. What about lifting your spirits? Has your mood become less stable? Feeling tired, irritable, anxious for no reason, and sometimes even crying for no apparent reason? These emotional fluctuations are common in adulthood, especially among women in menopause and men experiencing a decline in hormone levels. And here, Ginger can surprise you with its gentle psycho-emotional effects. Ginger promotes the production of serotonin and dopamine, the hormones associated with happiness and motivation. It improves blood circulation in the brain, reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and helps the nervous system adapt to external stressors. A study published in the Journal of Dietary Supplements found that patients who took ginger daily reported reduced anxiety, improved sleep, and more stable moods within just 2 weeks. Brew 3 slices of fresh ginger with chamomile or lavender tea. This combination has a relaxing effect, alleviates nervous tension, and enhances sleep quality. Drink this tea in the evening, especially after an emotionally taxing day. An added benefit: reducing stress levels can help normalize blood pressure, appetite, and even weight. However, in cases of severe depression or anxiety disorders, don't rely solely on ginger. It's beneficial as a complementary support, but it doesn't replace professional help. The final issue is menopause. Mood swings, hot flashes, insomnia, and lower abdominal pain. These symptoms are familiar to many women over 50. But there's a natural way to make this transition smoother, calmer, and more comfortable, and it's called ginger. Ginger helps balance hormonal levels, reducing the severity of hot flashes, irritability, and mood swings. It also alleviates pain associated with premenstrual syndrome and regulates blood flow in the pelvic organs. A study published in Complementary Therapies in Medicine found that women taking ginger during the perimenopausal period reported a reduction in hot flashes, improved sleep, and decreased anxiety within just 30 days. A recipe for hormonal support: 3 slices of fresh ginger, plus a pinch of cinnamon, plus a splash of lemon juice. Brew in 200 ml of water, let it steep for 10 minutes, and drink in the evening. This tea warms you up, stabilizes your mood, and relieves tension. An added benefit: ginger helps regulate metabolism, reduces bloating, and supports weight loss, especially during hormonal fluctuations. However, if you have hormone-dependent conditions, such as fibroids, endometriosis, or cancer, or are taking hormonal medications, it's essential to consult with a doctor. Ginger is not just a fragrant spice or an addition to tea on chilly days. It's a powerful, natural ally for the mature body. He works across several areas: improving circulation, reducing inflammation, supporting digestion, calming nerves, and even aiding the hormonal system. A cup of ginger tea is more than just warmth. This is about taking care of your blood vessels, joints, memory, and emotional well-being. However, like any remedy, ginger requires a sensible approach. Listen to your body and be sure to consult a doctor if you have chronic conditions or are taking any medications. Now here's a question: how does it affect your well-being? Share your experience in the comments. It might inspire others. If you found this video helpful, please support us with a like, share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for even more simple and powerful health recipes coming your way.